Viewers' discretion is advised. 9 to 5. 12 to 12. Closing shift. Overnight. Society lived in perfect harmony until the employed attacked.
Did you pay me in advance?
That was until the master streamer, master of all unemployed activities, took over. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. A few years have passed and a streamer group called FaZe has resurfaced as one of the top faces of unemployment. And even though their unemployed skills are great, they aren't as unemployed as before. But I believe FaZe can save the world. I'm gonna ask y'all this question. What's harder, a 9 to 5 or streaming? As for someone who does both, I will say streaming is harder than a 9 to 5.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Listen,
They already getting mad, bro? They already getting mad? Hold on.
It's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is
chill.
you would have to actually have to go to work.
That's a slur. That's a slur.
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice. You're
high. You're hungover.
That's just like playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
I hate these niggas, bro. Hold on, because why is this shit comedy, bro? Why is this shit? I'm even gonna watch this video to know these niggas were just rage baiting the whole time.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Oh, he's a mail carrier.
Okay. All right. So my
Okay,
argument here
OG.
is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Facts.
Nah, it's not facts,
Shout out Lacey. He knows what's up. Lacey knows what's up.
bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never goes off.
Okay, Lacey, talk your shit. He knows what's up, bro. Streaming is so much easier than 9 to 5, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Think about it. I'm doing this shit for no money right now. Enjoy
I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of
Bullshit.
people critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You
have.
guys got it made, man. I wish I had
We
it
don't-
made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the next idea?
I love this. Okay, I'll stop pausing.
Oh my God, I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy, 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and get back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I got a slave.
Okay, real quick question. Is like Rage is still part of FaZe, right? I never see him around these niggas anymore. I mean, I know he got his knee shit, but this was definitely filmed like months in advance.
Just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
This is fun.
I'm never getting YouTube Premium. This is my stance. YouTube guys, me and my chat will always sit through your ads. We will never get YouTube Premium. We will watch 100 ads if we need to, Lord. YouTube guys, we will never touch YouTube Premium. We will sit here and watch all the ads no matter how long. You guys are with me, right?
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spam.
Hey, that's worse than getting laid off. Your chat spamming L's at you? Chat, spam me with L's real quick. Now my mental is drained now. I'm cooked, I'm fried, bro. Like
L's. Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like this video. We have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. that. Does not define shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out, my nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're
Oh,
seeing
talk to me.
flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
That's real. Oh, she's giving him the business right now.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
These niggas are stupid, bro. I love it. I love it.
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. You know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever,
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
he gotta
you
grind.
Hold on. Hold on, Lacey.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers,
Okay.
what would you do?
I know what he'll do.
Hey, don't say it. 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 Do not say it. Ronaldo, do not say it. Do not fucking say it.
Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do?
Ah!
Lost completely all your YouTubers. You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would
Oh, she be tapped in? She didn't even watch. Because she's saying, let's say in a hypothetical world, I didn't watch you anymore. She be watching then. So she's tapped in. She gang. She tapped in.
you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work.
Ah!
Oh my God, did I just...
Ah!
I'd probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving
turn
my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right?
Hey, don't be dropping the J slur in my chat. That's like, I'm about to get that word banned from my chat. I promise you.
Hundreds of people lined up. You could go cook over here, cook over there. You
could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal.
There it is.
I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 Loco cans. I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Rhonda. I love Rhonda already.
35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the 60s and the 50s. People didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done it?
You get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You
Rhonda,
get
Who the fuck is this painter in the back?
Rhonda,
You get
Rhonda,
spoiled.
can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled.
Who the fuck is this painter in the back? The Kimbe, like he's the Kimbe Matumbo. What the fuck? Oh fuck! Perfect pause. Perfect fucking pause.
My daughter,
Rhonda,
you get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever
You
done
get
it?
spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep giving it.
Let Rhonda cook real quick though.
I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
And look at who's his damn insurance adjuster right here? What's going on?
Subathon.
30 days straight.
24
hours a day.
Day and night.
Well, a subathon doesn't have to be 30 days though. It doesn't have to be 30 days, right? A subathon can be like a week.
No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a
you
3-minute ad.
Go on a high note.
Ashtrays, you're short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
You care about what people think, social media, what they say about
Because
you.
that's our
job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh,
You're
brother.
short-handed.
Never, never,
You're saving one.
never. What you said? He said what?
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
He can't spit it right now. Talk to me.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
face team?
your producers, all these.
I get, and I watch him be like, watch him be one of the phase niggas.
One's doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
Talk your shit,
I
Ron.
wouldn't even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you know?
I don't think they asked you. Adapt is so fucking funny, bro.
Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, nah, she's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Oh, round 2. Okay. Ronaldo.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9-to-5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any
Talk to
crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9-to-5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker.
That's a horrible example because you gotta be a fucking supermodel to work at Foot Locker. You gotta be drop dead. You gotta be Vogue ready to be to work at Foot Locker to make $13 an hour. What the fuck? Hey, listen. I know we're about to get nuked, but let's have some fun before that happens. All right, let's get back to this.
Apply. And then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah, what do you...
So now listen, being a streamer and content creator in general definitely tests your creativity a whole lot more. It definitely does.
Talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with, though? But it doesn't make. But
Well,
you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
I'm not switching anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that you, in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people
Absolutely,
that you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
Entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that? I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example.
Yeah.
Is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense
hard,
Hold on, bro.
of everyday
physically,
activity. Because
there's
some people
hard-
around here said, "Oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m." Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work,
Okay.
when you go to work rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, "Oh, we're not doing it anymore"? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number.
Bro, it's like all the time. You never understand, bro. When you're making content, like, bro, when I'm filming skits, I gotta worry about my neighbors. You know, I don't want to be too disruptive to them. I gotta worry about my roommates, my family. So like, you know, sometimes I have to make content like late at night. So it's like you know what I'm saying?
For
Yeah,
hours that
perfectly.
you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
What the fuck? Nigga didn't even get to finish his. He heard the black nigga talking and said, alright now. Oh, okay.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. I look good though. Hey, we good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home. But if I didn't, I would
Why does Silky look mad confused? Silky.
have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home.
Nigga, her girlfriend, he said. Nigga started biting his lip. He got excited.
I'm too tired to
Started looking
cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home.
Why nigga looks so.
But if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in
It's
time
funny how
and
I
wake
caught
up in
that.
time to
Shout
commute
out
back
Silky,
to my
man.
job.
Silky cool
You
people.
guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just.
All right, all right, bro. Why is Caillou's dad just staring me down right now? Like, why is he just staring me down, bro?
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be
So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down, right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off.
Was this nigga grabbing fries with his toes?
Slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden
It gets to a point, bro.
down, right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
was about to
completely.
k-
About to k- myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said,
Damn! I wanted this thing to work out so bad. You know, I was making steady income, then it just out of nowhere just poof went down. Like I fell off. And then like I thought about, you know what I'm saying, myself. Yeah! We go through the same shit too. We all gonna do it to our... Damn, hold on.
How you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of
Caillou's dad is about to piss me off.
19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my... Like, I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing...
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone across the country.
Oh, why are they happy to see this nigga fail? This nigga be this nigga is sitting here talking about his life struggles, and these niggas in the back talking about, yeah! Little YouTube bitch. Like, bro, I almost myself. And y'all talking about, hell yeah!
So it's like, when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
Bro, she's laughing! Oh, there's no...
So it's like, when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support?
Bro, she's laughing! Oh my gosh, there's no way. This lady Ashley's, bro, she's actually sick.
Support system.
I don't like why she's laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first...
She's fucking crying.
4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege?
It is.
But my mom, how's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, no shit he has a place to live. He's fucking 15.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9 to 5.
So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when
people
they working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept them.
But that's a whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
Hold on! Oh, fuck. Hold on! This nigga Ronaldo's kind of snapping right now. How you gonna say I'm privileged because I was living with my parents when I was 15, 16, still in high school, but you moved to California with who? That's all I'm saying. This nigga Ronaldo kind of spinning right now. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a
I guarantee you that's not cheap. I promise you that's not cheap. In California, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I promise you that's not cheap. I promise you.
Bundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's say I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Bro! He's spitting though. He's spitting. He's spitting. Hey, you don't get one of these. You don't get one of these. You feel me? Just for being ass. Hey, you gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the hours for these. Yeah, you gotta put in the hours for these. I'm trying to tell you.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, he's a college professor? I don't want to hear shit from him. This nigga's a scammer. I already know.
Respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job. You don't know that.
Neither do you, fucking scammer.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years.
Talk your shit, Adapt.
Years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But what you guys are talking about in terms of the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. The mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's...
I see what he's saying, and he's right to an extent, but I think it gets even more amplified when you have a fucking camera in your face and it's broadcast in front of thousands of people. But real shit, it's nigga, I'd be I promise, it's weird. Sometimes it's I'm still not 100% used to streaming and being on camera, and I'm way funnier off camera. I think recently I've been getting more and more comfortable, but it's even when there was there's no one in my chat, there's no one watching me at all, I'm nervous as fuck. Hey, bitch.
That's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
so
sort
you
of...
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
You
already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take years to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room.
Yeah!
I don't know if that's something to be...
I couldn't do that shit. I'm ass at Call of Duty now. I used to be so goated. Nigga, back in Black Ops 2, Xbox 360, boom! I was going crazy.
Proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years, right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years, right?
Right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming. How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was
Was it just you?
No. It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was 13,
How did YouTube become so easy? Because a bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Silky talking and shit. You say, nigga, you just want to get paid to play video games. You just want to be up so bad, nigga. Get your ass to the back.
And my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
Brother.
You guys just,
I know how to do a 3-strand
just
braid.
sit on your butt and talking into a microphone
know.
is very different,
So wait.
very
But,
different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you. I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Okay, but you also gotta think, if you're doing a subathon, you're inside all day, away from the sunlight, and no sunlight is not good for you. If you think it's good to be in darkness, just followed by surrounded by LED lights all day, it's not. It's not. So yeah, a 7-day subathon is not good for you. The same way breathing in chemicals for 8 hours a day is not good for you. Boom.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical. I'm saying that a 9-to-5 job where you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage.
Talk to him.
None of you can.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually, yes.
You're taking them 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have to do that.
And then your day is never done. When you're done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace all of the things that you use?
No. Listen,
you have to
Vicky,
clean all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these things?
Oh my God, disable resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't
he's sucking his shit.
How many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long.
Okay, but the thing is, workers can't end work when they want. Yes, they can. Have you ever heard of PTO? Just say, hey, I don't want to be at work today. I'm leaving early. PTO, boom, and you're out of there. Just saying.
Needed to. However long I needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zones.
Stick drift.
Saying is for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
Wait.
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Silky. Looks like Silky's grandma.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out.
That is true. I mean, it never happened with me, but like there are people that go up to like content creators and be like, "Your video saved my life." I'm just saying, it's a little parasocial, but it's like you saved a life, so who cares?
and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so.
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like
What you mean by that, Grandma?
this.
Okay, now.
What kind of shit's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You
What do you
chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people too.
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many fans we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I
any
think-
entertainment?
Oh my
Of
God.
course I watch
So do
entertainment.
you ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you, wait, did it make you feel better?
It's real though.
Have you ever
it all
watched-
depends on
Have you
what-
ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained?
on what's coming.
I feel good.
Some of it is
I got a banger
fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So
me.
now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right
Okay.
after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all right,
Yeah.
come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you.
Ron is spitting right now. Hold on. This nigga dropping.
Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up
Hey.
hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
That's a bad argument though. That's a bad argument because you can't be like, oh, you're not touching them because you're not there like physically. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come
Oh,
on,
you about to-
life's easy.
Oh,
He's about to get feisty. I can already tell. He's about to get feisty.
oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works
let
at 2 hospitals.
me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect. No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black.
Oh! A few days after Juneteenth too.
That's what you just said. You won't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah,
Whoa, come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no, is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Talk to him.
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
thank
yeah.
you.
Oh! He just admitted it. Video over. Video over. My fault.
Yeah.
Hey, that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, 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 listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up.
Why is he so
maybe 3 or
pissed?
4 p.m.
This nigga is mad.
I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No, let him.
No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now I wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments now. You know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my.
I've never seen Silky without grills. I just realized that.
Yeah,
he got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
yeah.
you know.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I'm freshly shaving. I'm not shaving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool.
Silky got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now
I can't get on the game like that.
Somebody, what I'm gonna do for the stream today? Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrub
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m. I'm still probably thinking I got to do something for stream. My mind is fried.
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind is
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did my
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill him.
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Lynch? Yo!
Wow.
Get this racist out of here! He has no social cues.
right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to just say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said.
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
To some people he is. To some people he is. That sounds crazy, but to some people, Silky is their superhero. That might sound crazy for y'all niggas to arrest super nigga. He is Captain Nigga.
Good, how are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right, I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Damn it, Jason, you fucking up the motion, bro.
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again.
Bro, she's the one to see niggas happy.
Question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I was
touch
flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Sometimes that's what you gotta do when it comes to being a streamer. You gotta decide. It's not losing the human touch. It's just like you gotta make sacrifices. A real woman is not gonna force you to make that choice. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be like, all right, choose streaming or choose me. They gotta know like, oh, okay, you wanted this, what you want to do. So I'm gonna sacrifice the time that we can spend together so you can do what you want to do. That's what a real girlfriend is gonna do. I'm just saying, not just girlfriend. I want to say girlfriend. I'll say significant other. That's what a real person in a relationship would do.
So that's my point. That's my point.
Streaming is harder
Was
than 9
that
to 5. That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
I ain't gonna lie,
bag.
I did-
for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
And I also think, everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right? And then we all try to do what you guys do.
You get L's in your chat.
The probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is, you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. You got lucky. There's so many people like you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like.
So you were sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's just he's determined. He knows that's the only.
That's not luck though. What the fuck? That's like saying every NBA player in the NBA right now is lucky because they're playing basketball. You think, oh, that person worked really hard and now they're where they're at. But when it comes to streaming, it's like specifically him or Swag, like Call of Duty, you're like that. There's no talent there. You got lucky. You don't just hop on a game and you're automatically the best ever. Like,
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's what we do too. We go to school,
it wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So
I also want to say there's no such thing as good luck, no such thing as bad luck. It's all God's timing. I don't believe in luck at all.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is that
reason.
luck? So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got four.
No,
last year. No. Let me get my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's
1%.
pure skill.
So you're dismissing. Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron
That's what I'm saying. That's not luck. That's just skill.
James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a talent. They have
They
a
were-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
as,
So what
you
he
know how
did-
many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. Who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA?
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why is he laughing?
I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
Well, why does he keep laughing?
8 years to make it a career. Talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
This nigga going crazy.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. But
Like, you see that as like degeneracy and you see that as like frying your brain, but that's a skill. Kobe Bryant again wakes up hours before school to put in work. It's the same concept. Just because you don't see it as serious as enough doesn't mean you're still not putting in work. And those hours he put in to be good at the game put him in a position to get paid to be a Call of Duty player.
Bus will come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think
enough
if you're talented at
Maybe.
something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think?
See, that's where that disconnect is at because it's the same thing with, like I said, I'm gonna keep bringing up basketball. It's the same thing. Whether you want to like, bro, it's not, bro. Like, it's the same thing. So when basketball was first ever invented, niggas would, if you were to do that shit, niggas would look at you like you're crazy. And now look at NBA players now; they're making tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
You don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
That's I can't argue that because
Y'all could never
I gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. His career. You looked at this career and you laughed.
Oh.
And it's fun. But it's like,
And that's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fine.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
All right.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being What? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's kind
okay.
of it's not the same concept. Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know, but if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one.
But listen, if you do some crazy shit and you get canceled and you fall off, it's very hard to get yourself back to that point where you're at. You have there's a lot of content creators who blow up and then they fall off and now they have to go work a regular job.
Months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at your
Chill,
job.
bro. When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well,
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one 9
I go like
to
this. I
5.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of playing video games is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
But millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
I think it's a talent.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
That they have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
That's
Like
I'm
what?
saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
could
could.
win it.
You could.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. And technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. Yeah. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So my mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
On a real note, streaming is not harder than 9 to 5. You're working on someone else's schedule. You gotta answer to someone else, depending on where you work, retail or whatever it is. You're always dealing with someone that you don't want to deal with, most likely, and the money is never good enough to deal with the shit you gotta deal with a 9 to 5. There are some 9 to 5s that are easy. You just sit and you just don't do much. My homie's literally working security and he doesn't do shit. He just sits on his phone. I literally just call. Nothing will be compared to being a streamer, hopping on live. Yeah, it's mentally tolling, but nigga, the money you make makes it all worth it, and that's why niggas spark the money.